Okay, now I want to show you this outline tool here. Now what this outline tool does is it outlines the area that you click on with whatever color, is your foreground color. So let's pick black up here, and we got this. So now I'm going to outline this area. Now I've got that, that's a little bit thick. And the reason that that's thick is because this line width down here is set to 5 from what I did before. So let's undo that. Let's put it back to 1. And we're just going to do 1 like that. Now, let's go around and do all of them and see what that looks like. Okay, now when it did the outside here, it's actually adding another little layer of black, and that's one of the downsides of this tool. Sometimes it works in certain areas where you're okay with it adding that there, and other times you don't want it to add. Sometimes you could end up with a double line. So let's go and do this. Let's add a little bit more black in there. I kind of like that black around there, so that's good. Okay, now let's come out and take a look at it. All right. Now I think I've shown in this playlist, I've shown all of these tools now. We've done the fill solid, the fill spatter, the fill spatter and smooth, the fill edge, and the outline tool, but I didn't do the checkerboard yet. So let me show you that one. So if you select checkerboard, pick pick a color up here. Let's pick a new color, a different green like this green here. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take that foreground color and intersperse it in with whatever color you click on. And it's going to make like a checkerboard pattern. And the size of that checkerboard is controlled by this line tool, line size down here. So let's set that to 2. Click on this. And I kind of like that, so I'm going to just go ahead and do that. I think that kind of adds a little bit of texture and interest to the picture. Now, and one other thing about the outline area, if you click on the outside of an object, then it will outline that whole object with a particular color. So I'm going to pick this varsity gold, and I'm going to click out here on the on the outside of the whole turtle. And that's going to put like a orangey thing all the way around it like that. And that did it at 2 pixels here. Could have done it, let's try just 1. See how that is. And then, okay, so I kind of like that. I kind of like it around this where the turtle body is, but I don't really like it around this shell. So I'm going to remove it from this shell, and I'm going to show you a little trick for doing that because um, okay, so here's the thing. So I'm going to try and fill this in with just the background color, the pink back here. And I'm going to try and fill this in with that pink back there. So the first thing I want to do is I want to use the pink to disconnect that line from the rest of this gold. So I don't want it connected there. So I'm going to click a few cells in there and just kind of disconnect that from the places where I want it to stay. And I'm going to do that over here too. I'll just get a couple of dots away from that. Now, let's go in and let's zoom in on this thing a little bit. Okay, now what I'd really like is I'd like for the fill tool, this fill tool to just fill that whole thing. But it's not going to do it because it's a thin line. If it was actually 2 cells thick, it would fill it all in, but it's not gonna, the fill tool only works on things that are connected, either horizontally or vertically. It doesn't work on sections of things that are connected diagonally. So, when it gets to the diagonals at the end of this line, then the fill tool stops. But there is a way to select this entire thing all together and substitute a color for it, substitute the pink for it. So I'm going to show you that little trick. So it's down here. There's different ways to select things. We did some selection by rectangle before, but you can also select single color motif, and that's what I'm going to do. Now this selection tool will select one color that you click on and all of its connections, and it will connect diagonally. So when you select these, you're going to get all of those, orangey things selected all down here. Now, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to use this substitute colors. This is a great tool if you want to just change, wholesale colors back and forth in your picture and all of that just to see what they look like. This is a great tool to do that. But when you have an area specifically selected and you go up here and you pick on this substitute colors, it will substitute only in the area that's selected. And you see a little box down here that indicates that something is selected. And there's only one color that's in this list down here, and that's the gold. So we're going to substitute that gold with the, what was that pink? Medium rose. It's not that. It's down here. Where am I? Medium rose. There we go. Okay. So we'll do that and say convert pattern. Okay. Then I turn off my selection and it's all substituted. Now I can go up here and do the same thing. I'm going to select this thing that's all connected diagonally. So you can see all the little things that it's selected there. Go back into the substitution. Now it's got a box around that thing that it's selected. We're going to go in here and we're going to pick the, what was it again? Medium rose. Okay, and then we'll convert pattern. Okay, so now let's turn off my selection, and now we've got that all substituted. Okay, so that's a little trick. If you have, colors that are connected diagonally and you can kind of separate them out, then you can select them here and replace them all with that. And that is much faster than, drawing a line around here or doing whatever you want to do to replace all of those little dots. Okay, so let's see. Let's just do a couple other things with our guy here. Let's add a little bit of columns on the left side. And, I'm just going to add them in whatever the background color is set to. That's what it's going to add the new rows and columns in when you do that. So we'll add a little bit over there. We'll take some columns and we'll add to the right of my selection. And we'll go over here and add a little bit that way. So we've got a little bit added there. And then let's go in and change the background color because the pink is not, I don't want the pink. So let's go in here and let's just substitute. So nothing is selected at this point. If we go into substitute colors, then we'll see every color that's in our picture. And if you don't see it in the list, if you click on it up here in the picture, then it will take you to that one in the list. So we're going to go here and I'm going to let's put in like a nice blue. That's a little light. Let's put something a little darker in. Maybe this one here. This aqua color. That's probably okay. And we'll convert our pattern to that. And then I'm going to draw a little bit of round it because you can always, you take something that you digitize and you can then just do whatever you want with it. Draw your own thing. Let's draw some background stuff in here. Let's draw like a path here. Maybe something that he's walking along. And then we'll come over here and draw a little bit more over there. And then we'll use our fill bucket to fill that in. Okay. And then maybe we'll make some green on the outside. Let's see, let's do a darker green. Okay, so let's say he's on a path and there's some grass over here behind him. Maybe like that. Okay, and then we'll use our fill tool and just fill those sections in too. Okay, so now we have a little sky, we have a little grass, we have a little ground down here, so he's got a little background. And those are colors that you could repeat. You know, if you put the border around here, you could do some repetition of that, maybe ending with the black or something like that. And that would be a really cute little um, uh, Afghan for for a child. So anyway, I think that's about it for this one. Thanks very much for watching, and bye bye.